Yo, what's up guys? Back here with a day 2 update to my Rehan 2 Spectral Slash build. Um, I have my build code updated for day 2. We are now around 800 build DPS. Um, and I want to walk you through the upgrades I did for today. And also, talk about the support skills. So like if you're looking for a more manual type of gameplay to do a bit more damage, you replace the motionless. You can run quick decision, or you can run recklessness, depending on whether or not you have like a bunch of fizz damage you want added. Um, but I personally run motionless since I'm lazy. And if you do plan on running motionless, do make sure you buy the 15% additional damage one from the auction house. It is should be pretty cheap. It's like 30 FE for 5 additional damage over the free one. So I usually run motionless, and also when I do stuff like Carjack, which has a lot of mobs, I like running the detonation support skill because it has a corpse explode on your clones defeating enemies. So I run this as well. And for my other setups, I'm running Thunder Spike as it's a faster Spiral Strike, even though it got nerfed this season. It's still better, so you can also run Ground Shaker for mobility, but I very much dislike the movement from Ground Shaker and Leap Slam, so I stick with this. Also, you'll notice in my auras, I drop a bunch of the third slots because I have level 20 plus 7 restrain. Um, so do keep in mind when you swap over, if you do swap over to Thunder Spike, that you have the restrain levels to support dropping the support skill links. And also, talking about the upgrade path. So once you acquire Heart of Animita, which is quite pricey still, surprisingly. Um, Yeah, it's like pretty settled at around 2500 FE. I still think it's a very strong upgrade that you should prioritize because it gives you around like a 2 to 3 times damage multiplier. So do make sure you get that eventually. But um I also picked up a corroded version of Opening Heart, which like adds an extra 20% additional damage. It's like around like 100 FE or less. I think it's a solid upgrade. And then also the priceless weapon. Uh, you want to prioritize combo damage enhancement on the suffix. The ultimate mod prefix, you basically settle for any useful tier 1 affix. Because it's very expensive to roll at the moment. And I do swap over to shield. I'm running a shield current with combo damage enhancement and armor pen. For the advanced affix, I run crit strike damage right now, but I'll eventually swap over to Warcry effect once I grab some slates with the min Warcry effect. So after Heart of Animita, I would prioritize Priceless Weapon, Priceless Shield, and once you swap over to using a shield, we no longer need Blade Runner with Joined Forces. So I swap over to God of War and the Ranger Tree. Ranger Tree because it has a bunch of fervor effect scaling, which moves me on to my next point of upgrading, and that is Ghost Slaughter on top of the Unmatched Valor, which gives 130 fixed fervor rating, and you combine that with the Centralize Pedigree, and this will give you a lot more survivability. Um, so right now I'm able to do profound, and I die sometimes, but I'm able to tank a couple hits here and there, so it's a very noticeable survivability increase. You also notice that I'm running the new divinity slates from the League mechanic. Um, the reason why is because of this judgment 70% effect. Basically, every node or every slate in between the offspring, so like this one, and then this one, they all gain 70% increased effect on all their talents, including the bottom one. And my my slates right now are super trash, but I will be working on upgrading these on day 3. But the biggest thing is in this game, anything that is like 1 will round up to 2 with 70% effect. So plus 2, well, plus 1 all skills ends up being plus 2 all skill levels, and that is a very strong damage multiplier, especially if you get like plus 1 fizz and other plus 1 persistent levels. That all becomes plus 2 levels. So the goal for tomorrow for me is to fix my slates and take advantage of this. The current cost of looking for these judgment slates is around like 1700 FE. Uh, I bought this one for like 1950 FE. I'm not sure how the price is gonna look tomorrow, but this is like a upgrade you make after you get fervor stacking set up. And also I ended up upgrading my hero memories as well. Uh, I got a red slot 1 hero memory for the strength bonus, as well as to level up our Fierce Onslaught trait, because we get a pretty decent chunk of extra additional damage from scaling this. And the level 2 and 3 trait aren't as important in my opinion, because we do have a lack of strength in this setup, so getting a red memory with plus 110 strength is very nice. You also notice I replaced my double damage hero memory with this extra slot. Um, you can go for double damage or extra origin slot depending on whatever's cheaper. At the moment, I bought this because it was cheaper, and I slotted in a uh another strength origin memory with damage and attack speed fixed affix. You can probably get a better one than this, but this was just what was available at the time. And obviously gotta roll the bottom lines, but keep in mind they are reduced by 57% or up to 60%. So the the bigger gain is from the fixed affixes being good. And it'll also level up your base hero trait. So I'm gaining a 26% additional damage while it's active at the moment. So it does make a decent uh, change in damage. And also, other than that, you can also work on. Actually, I would not recommend doing sequences at the moment on priceless gear. Base mods are currently 25 FE or 30 FE, and you need 10 of them to even attempt this, so we can hold off on that for now. Um, Also base affixes for priceless. Um, the really good ones are stuff like penetration, plus 1 focus blessing, plus 1 agility blessing, stuff like that. Same thing applies to the shield. I sort of just picked up whatever I could afford at the time because there was a very limited supply of priceless gear. Also, I picked up plus 1 attack skill level on the belt. It's like a 8 to 10% additional multiplier. You can get it through the blending ritual. But yeah, that I think that was covers everything for my upgrades. Oh, and also the placement of this prism. If you don't have like a decent affix that you can make use of, you can just replace the crit rating over here and just grab the mark for free. As for what I farmed today, I ended up exchanging my dream pet for level 6 outlaw. So I did a bunch of carjack on 8-1 using using this code that I do have a click loot build code for it. Basically it's like grabbing God of War, going to do carjack, and running the priceless tree setup for the copium drops. But I was averaging around 700 FE an hour doing this strat in 8-1. But the price of base mods at the time was like 30 to 35 FE. So it has dropped a little bit. Um, Other than that, I was doing the copium inverse farm door rush strat, which I would not recommend. Um, it is a very jackpot heavy farming, and after another day of doing this inverse farming, I did not find a single inverse image. But I did get extremely lucky, uh, and I ended up finding a solid river, which ended up duping 3 times. And then afterwards, I found another single solid river drop. So that kind of like saved the day for me. But if I was to make consistent income as a free to play, I've been hearing my friend has some success again with doing the Resident Eye Snowpaper boss rushing strategy. Um, Looks like the prices of Snowpaper is slowly going up again, as well as the supply of Canvas Compass is coming back up. I've also heard from viewers who mentioned Eterna is a very good source of FE as well. Um, and I've also heard from some people saying in Profound they did quant farm uh, of the League mech, and they were getting like around 700 FE in Profound. But me personally, I haven't really had much success doing the League mechanic, so I can't confirm how good that farm strategy is. If you don't want to do paper eye farming, I think boss rushing Black Sail to farm invitations is pretty solid as well. Um, but yeah, that is pretty much it for day 2. Um, I will be upgrading my slates tomorrow on stream since I have had a viewer ask. So I'll try to get a good list of what slate lines to look out for as you're upgrading them. And if you guys have any questions about this build transition, feel free to ask me in chat. I know it's a lot of changes compared to day 1, but unfortunately, there's a limited number of pro build slots available. So I'm trying not to make too many at a time. But yeah, appreciate everyone for following my build setup and stopping by and stream, supporting me. And I'll catch you guys in the day 3 update. Alright, peace out.